There exists a shared human experience, and that is what we call struggle. More popularized term is trauma. And I really struggled with which image to show you today because words rarely illustrate the raw emotion that is associated with trauma. When you look at this image, do you see potential for positivity or happiness? Absolutely not. I dare say it makes me think of pain and distress. And we have years of research that is meant to educate us on the impact of trauma, such as post-traumatic stress. But since the 90s, there has been growing research that suggests an alternative, and that's that this trauma, this moment of our deepest pain, could actually be a vehicle for growth. And that's what my research is focused on, post-traumatic growth. What it is and what inconsistencies exist in the literature to date. So what is post-traumatic growth? It begins with the effects of trauma. When this takes place, it can cause someone to question everything they thought they knew about their world and where they stand within that world. It's a shattering, essentially, of one's core beliefs. Now, this same person that's having this experience could then attempt to restructure those core beliefs by putting those pieces back together for the purpose of being able to function again, or dare I say, attain quality of life after such a traumatic event. Now, this process of putting the pieces back together is said to be a cognitive one. Research is stating that this process is called rumination. Now, to ruminate is to ponder events in the past. And there are two types. We have intrusive and deliberate. Intrusive is uncontrollable thoughts. They arise unbidden, and so many researchers believe that this has to do then with post-traumatic stress. It's just uncontrollable, leaving the deliberate, as its name suggests, purposeful control over the restructuring of cognition, and they associate that with growth. So that being the case, there's more agreement that on biological sex and that it has nothing to do with cultivating growth at all. So these types of inconsistencies suggest if this is really deliberate rumination, well, we have a host of research that says women engage in far more deliberate rumination than men. That's the purpose of my research, to clarify these inconsistencies. And doing that, I'm surveying the general public to take these key components and find out what is the inconsistency so that we can have therapeutic intervention for clients seeking mental health services and, dare I say, provide hope. Thank you.